Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a grad partnership at Johnson Central High School is allowing students to get ahead in their careers. And small businesses in Perry County were recognized at its annual Business Appreciation Lunch.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are coming up on 6 a.m. on October 31st. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. And happy Halloween, Brandon. I love it.
You like my spooky, yeah.
You're so good at that. You're so good at that.
Listen, sometimes it happens okay, sometimes not so much. But I can tell you what is kind of spooky. If you look outside, a little bit of fog out there, so it's giving it that Halloween glow for the most part. Not too bad, not anywhere that's really below the threshold, but if you look down from some areas, especially at the higher elevations, it's a little bit foggy out there. I-75, Mount Vernon, no major issues out there this morning. A lot of trucks parked, maybe a little bit of fog up high, but not too much down low this morning. 30s and 40s to start us off temperature-wise. 39 in Hazard, 36 in Wise, Irvin, and Moorhead. Probably the coolest spots out there, and 45 in Harlan and Jonesville, the warmest spots. But there's a lot of upper 30s and low 40s out there. We're not moving a whole lot today. Clouds this morning, some fog, some sun a little bit later on, but it's still going to be cold, even though it will be dry for those trick-or-treaters a little bit later on. Olivia?
All right, thank you, Brandon. Yesterday, one Leslie County teacher was laid to rest. John L. Hamilton died on Thursday at 48 years old. Born and raised in Perry County, he decided to become a teacher after working for DJ Plastic Factory and Wayne Supply. He began his teaching career at Buckhorn and was in his first year teaching at Leslie County High School. Assistant Superintendent Daniel Day says he was well liked and respected.
All day here at the visitation and the funeral's going to start. It's been a steady stream of people coming in, students and staff both, and family members, not only from Leslie County, but also from Buckhorn as well, and Perry County schools and Leslie County schools. John was a great guy.
Day says Hamilton was special, saying he was not just about teaching students, but being there for them. He was also an assistant pastor of the Big Creek Church and the worship leader. One person is dead after a fire in Laurel County. Troopers with Kentucky State Police Post 11 in London responded to the call around 1 a.m. on Monday. It happened at a home on Terrell Road, about 10 miles south of London. After the fire was put out, firefighters found one person's remains inside the home. The Laurel County Coroner's Office pronounced 54-year-old Melissa Creech of London dead at the scene. Also in Laurel County, one man is dead and a young boy was injured following an ATV crash. Investigators say it happened along Jim Garland Road Sunday. The Laurel County Sheriff says an ATV hit a fence and tree, causing it to flip onto its side and throw the driver and passenger out of it. The Laurel County coroner pronounced 52-year-old Jeffrey Smith of London dead at the scene. The 11-year-old boy was taken to St. Joseph Hospital to be treated for his injuries. One person is dead after a motorcycle crash in McCreary County. That crash happened on Kentucky 92 and Pleasant Run Churchill Road Sunday. Troopers with KSP Post 11 responded to the incident just after 2:40 p.m. 33-year-old Michael Kidd of Stearns was riding his motorcycle when he drove off the right shoulder and hit a guardrail. He was taken to Big South Fork Hospital in Tennessee, where he was later pronounced dead. The Laurel County School District has a new superintendent. Administrators announced Denise Griebel will take the role on a permanent basis. She's been serving as interim superintendent since early August after Dr. Doug Bennett retired. She has been with the district for 16 years. Dozens of organizations and business leaders gathered yesterday to show their appreciation for each other in Perry County. WYMT's RJ Johnson tells us why this event was important.
On Monday, several Perry County business leaders gathered for the Hazard Perry County Chamber of Commerce's annual Business Appreciation Lunch. President Janet Smith says it's a good way to build relationships.
It's just great to have good relationships with your local businesses in town, whether they're small or they're large. We can always help each other out, and we are honored to be able to honor some of those people today.
Perry County Judge Executive Scott Alexander says it's important to come together and talk about ways to grow the economy.
Discuss what businesses are doing, what areas that we can do better for business, and the projects that's coming to try to grow our local economy. Anytime we can get together with businesses and talk, it's a great day to move forward for the future in the economy of Perry County.
So they can be on a united front.
And anytime we've got activities going on, anytime we're doing things in our parks, in our communities, as we promote our tourism, it's great for business because when people come here, there's a chance that they'll stop and spend their money with one of our local businesses.
Zach Lawrence was recognized for economic development. He says it's about everyone and the ways they can progress.
It's really everyone. It's teamwork. So right before me, you see the county and the city getting awards for that, for working together, and I think that's a testament to why we've been successful on some of the projects that we have recently been awarded.
Which is why he says the future is bright in all aspects of the county. In Hazard, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Judge Alexander says it is especially important to be on the same page as they continue to work on flood recovery. For the complete list of award winners, find the story on our website. And one area high school is celebrating a national spotlight on its devotion to student success, with administrators saying it all comes down to creating a campus that makes the students want to show up in and out of the classroom. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more.
What happens here at Johnson Central is not like a typical school.
A school where the experience is as important as the education.
We're allowing these students to explore, figure out what they want to be, and by the time they graduate, our goal is when they walk across the stage, they've got a plan for their future.
Johnson Central High School prides itself on a curriculum devoted to helping students find their career paths. Using the more than 30 pathways on the Paintsville campus.
They get to choose their classes instead of be prescribed. We want the student to make their choices, find the thing they love, and then whenever they find it, they wake up and want to come to school.
A program that pairs well with partners like the Building Assets Reducing Risks, or BAR Center, which works with freshmen to create bonds and identify barriers to help each student find their unique path to whatever success looks like for them.
Help me.
They understand they're not on an island. They have commonalities with students that maybe they didn't know, and even teachers that maybe they never would have believed.
Officials say that partnership has seen immense impacts, recently gaining a national spotlight through the Grad Partnership, with the school's graduation rate improving to 98% and chronic absenteeism decreasing to only 2% since 2018.
The intentionality of the administration to ensure that we provided the things for the teachers to implement to the students. It was the intentionality of the students to be aware and invested and involved.
Garnering a space where students are invested in their own success.
They were a small town school doing big time things.
In Johnson County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Administrators say the school's approach on education has roots in traditional learning, but adds in enough innovation to keep the students invested. The school is one of only 4 to be recognized as a spotlight school by the Grad Partnership.
6:08 here on this spooky Halloween Tuesday morning, and you can see why it's a little bit spooky up on Buffalo Mountain. Some patchy fog up there in the higher elevations, but we can see the lights. Earlier you couldn't see the lights down in the valley there this morning, but 39 at the Wendell Ford Airport just outside of town there in Hazard. We're going to continue to see cooler temperatures in most of the area, 30s and 40s out the door this morning. We're seeing that basically 40s in several locations in the 30s. So let's do it this way. Let's do coldest temperatures first. Irvin, Moorhead, and Wise at 36, and then we have 45 in Harlan and Jonesville. Now, as we look ahead, happy Halloween. of course. And then, of course, it's going to be a couple of days where we're going to see some freeze alerts. I think we've got one tonight. I think we'll have another one tomorrow night as well. And then another warm and dry spell taking us into the first part of the weekend. Olivia?
All right, thank you, Brandon, and thanks for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Coming up, a Hamas hostage has been saved from Gaza, but there are still others waiting to be rescued.